Are you looking for the best 4K monitor? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best 4K monitor on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Dell S2722QC 4K monitor. Dell's S2722QC is an all-in-one package that offers the right mix of excellent performance for most uses and value. One of its standout features is a USB-C port, which allows you to connect it to a MacBook or many modern Windows laptops without an adapter. Yes, there are multiple HDMI ports on this display, but hooking your computer up to it over USB-C has 2 big advantages. First, the laptop will actually charge while it's connected to this monitor, so it'll be ready to go when you disconnect it. Second, the single cable also supports data transfer, which is helpful if you hook up an external hard drive, webcam, or another accessory into the S2722QC's USB-A ports. And ensure your laptop is ready to go when you take it out of your home. If your laptop doesn't have a USB-C port, you can still plug it into one of this external display's 2 HDMI ports. The next time you upgrade your machine, these welcome features will likely become accessible, which future-proofs the S2722QC a little bit. The S2722QC's only downside, depending on how you plan on using your 4K monitor, is its relatively slow 8 millisecond response time and 60 Hz panel. This doesn't make a difference when you're watching videos, browsing the web, or editing photos. The only time you'll notice this feature is when you're playing fast-paced games like first-person shooters. Casual or slower-paced games don't require a fast refresh rate display, but cutting-edge titles will suffer slightly, so opt for a dedicated gaming monitor instead. If you're not a PC or console gamer looking for a high-resolution display primarily for gaming, the S2722QC will serve you very well. Number 2. Samsung 32-inch Odyssey Neo G8 4K UHD 240Hz 1 millisecond G-Sync 1000R curved gaming monitor. If gaming is your primary use case for a 4K monitor, Samsung's Odyssey Neo G8 is a no-compromise display. Its 240Hz panel is incredibly fast, allowing you to play the latest games at their fastest possible speed so long as your gaming computer's graphics card and processor are fast enough to handle them. The monitor's display panel is complemented by built-in software support for adaptive sync, which will offer better performance when it's hooked up to a computer with an AMD or NVIDIA graphics card. Adaptive sync will further reduce latency, lag, and the frequency of image artifacts like screen tearing, which can occur when the screen is updated with new images quickly. This technology, which works with settings like low input lag mode and a refresh rate optimizer, increases the probability of smooth, consistent gameplay. Many modern games support HDR, high dynamic range, which improves contrast and color accuracy when a PC or console is hooked up to a display that supports them. Samsung outfitted the Odyssey Neo G8 with Quantum HDR 2000, so newer games, TV shows, and movies will really pop. Games that don't support HDR will also look nice, so don't worry if you spend a lot of time playing the classics. While Samsung focused primarily on optimizing the Neo G8 for gaming, it made design choices that make it a solid pick for general use. The most controversial choice is that the Odyssey Neo G8 has a curved display, a love it or hate it situation. Curved displays have the advantage of taking up more of your peripheral vision, which, combined with the Odyssey Neo G8's 21:1 aspect ratio, will create an immersive gaming experience. If you have a dedicated PC or console gaming setup, Samsung's Odyssey Neo G8 can be an excellent 4K desk-friendly display. That said, its cutting-edge hardware does come at an extremely high price. Don't get us wrong, the Odyssey Neo G8 is an excellent 4K monitor and priced appropriately given its tech specs, but it's a significant investment. Number 3. AOC CU32V3 32-inch Super Curved 4K UHD monitor. We mentioned the big pros and cons of choosing an external display with a curved panel in the Samsung right up above, but if you've decided this type of display is right for you as a content creator, AOC CU32V3 is the monitor to pick. The 32-inch 4K monitor will fill your field of vision, which can be helpful if you're hunkering down on a big video or photo editing project that requires your full attention. Creative work is what the CU32V3 excels at because it supports 121% of the sRGB color gamut along with 90% of the Adobe RGB and 89.8% of the DCI-P3 color gamuts. These specs become particularly important when you're color grading video, which needs to look accurate on multiple TVs with different settings. The CU32V3's 4 milliseconds latency and 60 Hz refresh rates are fine for most tasks, but we wouldn't recommend playing serious games on this 4K monitor. Those tech specs are appropriate for a monitor in the CU32V3's price range and will only affect users with a particularly intense use case. AOC was pretty generous when deciding on this monitor's port selection, though we'd have liked to see some USB-A ports since they've become standard on many displays. On the other hand, we appreciate the CU32V3's built-in blue light reduction mode, which will make it easier to use it late at night. A blue light mode will tint the screen, so it shouldn't be enabled when photo or video editing, but it's a nice feature if you're surfing the web or using this 4K monitor for regular tasks. If you're set on getting a curved 4K monitor, AOC CU32V3 is an excellent value thanks to its big screen and color reproduction. Number 4. LG 38WN95CW Monitor. Ultra-wide monitors have become popular recently because they allow you to have two full-sized windows open on a single display rather than requiring a dual monitor setup. At 38 inches wide, the 38WN95CW requires a huge space commitment, but you're rewarded with a curved display guaranteed to take up all of your peripheral vision. Technically this is a QHD+ 3840 by 1600 display, which isn't quite a true 4K, but it's the closest you'll get with a display like this. The monitor would have to be comically tall to accommodate the extra 500 pixels, and you won't miss them with this type of display. The 38WN95CW is stacked on the tech side, especially in its port selection. You can connect 4 devices to it simultaneously using its mix of HDMI, DisplayPort, and Thunderbolt ports. The monitor's Thunderbolt for input, the same shape as a USB-C port, has the same benefits as the one in our best overall pick for this guide. You can charge your laptop and connect it to accessories through the 38WN95CW's pair of USB-A ports with a single cable. Gamers will appreciate the 38WN95CW's 1 millisecond response time, 144 Hz refresh rate, and support for AMD FreeSync and NVIDIA G-Sync, all of which make this monitor a solid pick for gaming. Its height, swivel, and tilt-adjustable stand also score points in the ergonomics arena. Frankly, it's hard to find a task the 38WN95CW isn't well suited for. The limiting factor for this display is space. If you have enough and are committed to living the ultra-wide monitor lifestyle, the 38WN95CW can handle anything you throw at it with aplomb. Number 5. Dell S3221QS 32-inch curved 4K UHD VA ultra-thin bezel monitor. The 3-sided ultra-thin bezel design in 4K UHD 3840 by 2160 resolution lets you enjoy immersive viewing in incredible clarity and fine detail with 4 times the resolution of Full HD, brightness, 300 candelas per square meter, backlight technology, WLED, contrast ratio, 3000 to 1, brightness, 300 candelas per square meter. Contrast ratio, 3000 to 1. Be in the action. The curved 1800R screen expands your field of vision and provides a wraparound view for an immersive movie experience. Horizontal viewing angle, 178 degrees, vertical viewing angle, 178 degrees. Easy on the eyes, this TUV certified monitor has a flicker-free screen with Comfort View, a feature that reduces harmful blue light emissions and optimizes eye comfort. Adjust to your comfort, pivot, tilt, swivel and adjust the height of your monitor for a comfortable setup all day long. Or choose from a variety of mounts and stands, including Visa, for even more flexibility.